A group of people from Tulsa's First Baptist Church went on a mission trip to the Philippines to help girls rescued from sex trafficking and abuse.
We've brought you a series of reports from Tulsa's investigative reporter Jana Clark, who went back with the team to see the girls. She tells us what has changed and shows us the bigger picture. It's her FOX23 investigation.
Here's the Tulsa team I went with to the Philippines. We knew it would be rewarding, but tough, to help girls who have been through terrible situations. I took my GoPro and my phone so I could capture what we experienced. A team of 15 from Tulsa's First Baptist Church checked our bags at the airport. We flew more than 20 hours, and we finally landed in the Philippines. Once we loaded up our bags, we drove through the crowded city to the girls' home. I came back to see the girls with my mom, Sandy.
They come running out to greet us. They're all full of smiles and they're all full of hugs, and they're just excited.
And I brought my 14-year-old daughter, Claire.
Some of them I met for the first time when they ran up and hugged me.
I'm happy because you are here.
Darlene Robbins and Heidi Alley also met the girls for the first time.
The girls welcomed me just like they did everybody else. There's no awkwardness at all.
This village is called the Butterfly Project, a faith-based program run by the nonprofit First Love International. More than 50 girls live here. This is Eli Ingram's 8th trip.
What is it that draws you here again and again each year?
The joy of the girls have. I mean, they've come from such terrible situations, and I can feel God's presence here because they're happy.
While we're talking, I can hear them right now, and they're singing and dancing.
I don't think I would ever be able to sing or dance with what they've been through without God.
Eli brought his sister and his 16-year-old daughter, Sophie.
How special is it for you to be able to get to come here with your family?
I can't even tell you how important it is to me.
The first time he came to the Philippines, Eli met a girl with a heartbreaking story.
She had been being raped from the time she was 9 until she got pregnant with this child, and she was 13. And I, at that time, had a daughter who was 9, and I just couldn't imagine. This was very moving.
My dad doesn't get emotional a lot, but he's gotten emotional talking about these girls.
Since they retired, Tim and Carol Berger made the girls' home their mission.
My wife and I had 3 daughters, and we protected them, guided them, directed them. So I look at these girls, every man and every woman in their life, for the most part, has betrayed them. So I think it's important for them to see a couple that might be how it should be.
It's just good for them to know there are good relationships out there and that they have the possibility of having the same thing.
Every single girl who lives here has been rescued from sex trafficking or abuse.
Horrible things that little girls should never have to deal with.
Some of the girls here are 5 years old. It's really awful to think about.
That tears your heart out for all of them.
Do they ever share what they've been through?
Sometimes it's really hard to listen to.
I feel like because they know us better, they started talking deeper to us immediately.
Sometimes the girls tell us about going to court to testify against their perpetrators. It can even be their own parents who sold them into trafficking or exploited them on the internet.
They've got to go to court and see that justice is served against whoever abused them.
And sometimes those cases can go on a really long time.
Yeah, ridiculous amount of time.
Like months, years?
Years.
Once their court cases are over, I wondered if girls could be adopted. I asked Assistant Director Marianne Nerval.
What about all these girls? Can they be adopted?
Not all of the girls under our care are for adoption.
Marianne says in the Philippines, even if the court finds parents unfit, the parents must still agree to give up their rights. And that does happen. I found out that a few of the girls in the home are getting adopted. This 7-year-old and this 11-year-old already found families. One will live in the United States and the other one in Canada. And this 8-year-old's paperwork is almost ready for her to be adopted too. Right after I flew back to Tulsa, I got a message from Marianne, the assistant director at the girls' home. The family from the U.S. just came to the village to pick up the 7-year-old girl. Here's the photo of her with her new family. To give them privacy, I'm not showing their faces. She got adopted, but still more than 50 girls in the home need so many things. Coming up, I'll show you what our team did. Covering news that matters, Jana Clark, Fox 23 News.
Before the break, we told you about the team of Tulsans who went to the Philippines to help girls rescued from sex trafficking and abuse.
The really hard part, saying goodbye. Here's Tulsa's investigative reporter Jana Clark with the second part of her story.
When I went to the Philippines last year, I told you the girls' home needed a sprinkler system. Since then, you came through in a big way. Donations poured in. Now, this new sprinkler and fire safety systems installed throughout the house.
It's safer, for one, because now it's sprinklered where all the bedrooms and living areas are.
And it means more girls can move into the home. Now, 57 girls live here, more than ever before.
I think when I started coming here was 18. Unfortunately, the need continued to grow.
It was like having a very, very big family of 57 kids.
That's a lot more work for all of you too.
It is a lot more work, but it pays off our hard works when we saw them very safe.
Marianne Nerval, the assistant director, told me the women who work here take care of the girls around the clock.
This place is organized. This place has got it together. The workers here have to be very patient, and they have to have the love of Christ to be able to do what they're doing.
The workers here are awesome. I mean, I've been here 3 days and I'm exhausted. I know it takes a lot of physical and emotional strength just to work here and be with the girls.
With so many girls here now, it's a good thing we had the biggest Tulsa team ever. 15 people, and we got to work.
We're getting a lot done, aren't we?
A whole lot done.
So many things needed fixed.
You got 60 people slamming doors and turning on faucets. I mean, stuff breaks. So, you know, we're repairing all that stuff, sprucing up their house.
We patched holes.
Patched that hole.
Installed new fans. Replaced burned out light bulbs. Put in a new vent hood.
3 speeds.
And new tile in the kitchen. We organized all the donated items we brought for the girls.
Organization, it's key.
Like bedding, vitamins, and crayons.
The drain pipes and the kitchen sink all coming together right here.
These guys handled the dirtiest job.
It smells really bad.
Unclogging the backed up sewage system.
And they're all full of hair, fat, grease,
Fish.
anything, all kinds of fish, food particles,
Toilet paper.
bottle cap.
Plus, we all did so much painting.
We're painting.
Putting a fresh coat of paint on the living areas and the bedrooms.
Painted this, all this.
A lot of good improvements.
Oh, lots of good improvements.
Do you think us working and making the house better shows the girls how much we care about them?
Yeah, I do. And most importantly, spending time with the kids. I mean, that's what we're here for.
When the girls came home from school, we stopped working. We set up arts and crafts.
They love doing crafts, and they're really good at it.
We cooked with the girls and made special treats like brownies and cinnamon rolls. We ate dinner with them, everything from Filipino food to meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
Thank you.
And one night, we even ordered Papa John's pizza.
Pepperoni.
We played board games. We played sports outside, like softball and volleyball. We even did Zumba with the girls. One day, we took them all swimming. That was a huge deal to them. I realized, though, it didn't really matter what we were doing. They just craved the one-on-one time with us. Like this girl showed my mom a bug.
What is that thing?
We call it, no, grandma, hold it, grandma.
And a girl showed me this strange plant I'd never seen.
Can you tell me what happens?
When you touch it, it will close.
It withers away when you touch it.
It closes?
Yeah, that's why it's called nakaya.
Whether the little things or big things, it's the time together they long for the most.
They've only known me for a few days already, and they're already saying, I love you. I love you, Mama Darlene.
They love us. They really do love us, and we love them.
It's so humbling. You know, it's just, you know, watching these girls, being here with them, and they're an inspiration. I mean, just from what they went through, what they've gone through, what they're still going through.
It's got to be rewarding to see them grow up and doing well.
That's what we want. We want to encourage thriving. Not just surviving, but thriving.
Do you think the Butterfly Project is a special place?
It is, for sure. The Butterfly Project teaches them so much about just like how to live life.
A place like this can transform girls into who they're becoming.
There is absolutely no way, I don't think, that these girls could go from the place they have been to the place that they are now in their lives without God stepping in.
I'm excited for the future of coming back and doing more and more and more.
What do you think it really means to them that we come back?
They feel that they are important, that people are coming back to see them, to meet them, because they are loved.
Then came the hard part.
This is always the hard part.
I know. I dread this part all week. We had to say goodbye.
It's hard.
Bye, Mommy Jana.
Bye.
They're just so upset. They're crying and hugging, and they just don't want us to leave.
I love you girls, okay?
They say, no, Auntie Claire, don't go. Don't go. So hard to leave, but you don't want to leave.
That's brutal. They're all like, please come back. And we're like, I'm going to try.
I always tell them that I will be back, and I will.
I see you again.
God willing, yes. I hope I can come back again.
I miss you.
I miss you too.
I love you girls, okay?
Bye. Bye.
It was so hard to say goodbye. Harder this year, I think, than ever before. It is incredible how much you bond with the girls. I hope I can go back and see them again, too. Covering news that matters, Jana Clark, Fox 23 News.
Do you have a tip or issue that you think Jana Clark should investigate? Let us know. Email FOX23 Investigates at fox23.com or call 918-388-5354 or search Fox 23 Jana Clark on Facebook.